So if you're joining now, we will be starting here very soon. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started here. I am very excited to be here tonight. We are launching our season 3 for our podcast, and just really excited about it. So wanted to share real quick kind of the intro that you will start to see, and then we will jump into some of the commentary. All right, so I know it's simple and cheesy, but I love it. I love it. Super excited about this. For those of you that don't know, I have started to pivot my business a little bit. For those that have known me, have seen me speak, watched my TEDx talk, right? I talk a lot about purpose and life balance and all of the things that make us better human beings. And so that has been something that I am incredibly passionate about. It's something that I have talked about numerous times, where I always say that my personal mission is to make the song Cats in the Cradle just a song and not a story about anybody's life, right? And if you're not familiar with that song, it about a person who is focused on work rather than family, right? My child arrived just the other day, came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay, and he learned to walk while I was away, right? So it's that whole thing that we do as professionals, where we want to provide for our families. We want to be the best that we can be, right? And yet in that process, we kind of lose the vision of why we're doing what we're doing. And so that's what my whole purpose in life is about. It's what I speak about. It's what my podcast, Third Power Life, has been about. Now, the other side of that is I'm also an unabashedly technology nerd, right? I love technology. I've been programming. I wrote my first computer program in 1980, right? So I've been in the coding world and the computer world for a long time. And I know that it has the opportunity for us to really be able to have that time that we need to spend with our families. And it has the ability to enable us to create the life that we want. Now, up until this point, technology has kind of let us down on that, right? For some of you who are old like me, you remember the whole paperless office dream, where we would have people that or we would have a paperless office, no paper at all, right? The reality has been not so much. I think we're almost drowning in more paper now. Now, that being said, I believe that technology has that ability to create that kind of thing for us. And what I'm seeing recently in the last year and a half, 2 years with AI is the ability to fulfill on that promise, right? And so that's where I'm kind of pivoting my podcast, my Third Power Life, is to enable more talking about AI and technology in general for creating time for us, so we can leverage AI to do many of the tasks that we don't like to do in our day-to-day world, right? And then when we get that time back, what do we do with that time? And that's where that's the kind of that point that I focus on. I can help you absolutely, get your business, get your career, get, your personal life, leverage AI to get time back. But what do we do with it? And so that's the real key, is how do we use the time that we're getting back with technology to make our lives worth living, right? How do we create more humanity using artificial intelligence? That's the real trick. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about in this season 3, is how do we leverage AI tools? How do we, get the technology to work for us rather than us working for the technology, which is where we've kind of been. And so that's kind of what it's all about. So I want to invite you on this journey. I'm very passionate about it. I spend lots and lots of time every day, reading about artificial intelligence, reading about the AI tools and listening to podcasts. And it's something that I do every day, working with AI coding tools and all of that. And I want to bring that to you, right? And I've started an online community for the AI Impact Center. I have an open office hours. So every Tuesday afternoon, right, I have my AI office hours where you can come ask me any question you have about AI. I do like a little bit of training and then talk about AI, right? And I answer questions. This is not a sales pitch, right? It's not a, come to my thing and I'll, right? It's not that at all, right? I do have an AI community if you want to join, but that's not what this is about, right? This is about how do I help you get in front of this wave that is AI. Because the reality is it absolutely is changing our world. And the way that I put it is, the AI train is leaving the station. And if you're not on the AI train, you're getting left behind, right? And it's not just about using ChatGPT. It's about creating agents. It's about creating ecosystems of agents, right? I talk about 4 different levels of AI ascension. And, so all of that is going to be what we're talking about over the next, year or so. Now, the way that the AI world is changing is like what we talk about now versus what we talk about in September of next year is going to be completely different. But here's the thing. You get to join me on this journey as I'm learning about all of these new things and making them a part of my world, right? So you don't have to do it by yourself. You're doing it with me, right? And, I take my perspective and all of the different things that I'm doing as part of this and help you keep keep from getting crushed under the AI wave, basically. So that's what it's all about. I hope you join me on this journey for the AI world and to help you find your purpose, to find your place, and to help AI and technology and systems make your life truly where you can live your life to the third power. That's what it's all about. So I appreciate you joining me. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it. So until next time, listen in. So the Third Power Life podcast season 3 is launching this afternoon. I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to your feedback. All right, talk to you soon.